Hello friends, Cheryl here with inkedpulp, and I'm back with another Margarete Miller challenge. We are on week 39 in this year that is flying by. This week's prompts, well, before I go to the prompts, let me say welcome. If you're a returning viewer, I appreciate you coming back. I appreciate your support. If you're new to my channel, welcome, and I hope if you like what you see, you'll consider subscribing and giving me a thumbs up. I hope everybody gives a thumbs up. That really helps with the YouTube algorithms. The other thing I will mention is that every month I do a Happy Mail giveaway at the end of the month, and I pick a random person from everybody who comments on my videos. So if you'd like to be included in that drawing, please leave a comment, and I do the drawing live on the first day, so it'll be the 1st of October that I do the drawing. This month, the Happy Mail is going to be a lace package. All right, let's get started. A fragrant plant, something local, an animal with long ears, something that makes you happy, something that is found in the mountains, and the bonus is a form. So I've got my stuff over here. I'm going to do things a little bit differently today. Normally I kind of spread my collage out over the page. I'm going to do kind of a collage and a cluster in the middle of the page today. And so it'll be a little bit different. So let's put some glue down. See if I can find the right glue stick. There's one. And stick something behind there so I don't get glue all over the other pages. Boy, my journal is getting to be a chunky monkey, and it's hard to lay the pages flat. But I like it. It's full, means we've been doing a lot of work, and we will get everything in. Might have to do some spreads that are really, really flat. This one today, well, there's a little bit of bulk in it, but not much. All right. Get this all the way out to the edges. So I hope you're all doing okay. I hope everybody's happy, and happy fall. It was the first day of fall the other day. Let's see which way. I'll put it up this way. I want to make sure I pull it down far enough so it goes into the crease. Actually, this is probably what I should do. Just run it a little bit above and just put it down this way. That way when we close the page, it'll be flat. So yeah, happy fall. We have beautiful fall weather here in the mountains of North Carolina. Our days are like up in the 70s only. And we've got breezes going, and you've got that, it's almost like you can feel it it's like an undercurrent of air that you can feel that fall is here. It's that little crisp air. And in the mornings, the weather is so crisp and cool in the mornings. I love it. I've started walking, and I walk every day. Right now, I haven't walked in a long time, so I'm building my stamina back, but I do about a mile and a half. I used to walk up to 6 miles a day, and I just sort of got out of the habit. And then, you know, once you stop doing something, it's like anything, exercising, going to the gym or anything. Once you stop and you start losing a little bit of your stamina, it's real hard to go back. But my doctor told me I really needed to up the exercise because just, you know, I'm getting older and I want to live a long, long time. I want to be healthy in my old age. I don't want to have to worry about being sickly. So I've started walking again. And I'll walk a couple of weeks at this, you know, 1.5 mile range, and then I'll add a little bit on, and I'll slowly build it back up to probably not 6 miles. That was grueling back when I was walking 6 miles a day. And it took a long time. I mean, it took, you know, a couple hours out of my day, and I don't want to give up that much of my day. So, but if I could get to 3 or 4 miles, I think I'd be happy. And then we've got a big state park just down the road. Once I get my stamina back up some, I think I'd like to go start walking again in the state forest. We have some beautiful waterfalls. And I'd like to go walking again. When we first moved here, and my husband hadn't yet found a job, wasn't really looking that hard. He hadn't gone back to work yet. You know, and I was working from home. We used to go up to DuPont and do nice long hikes and see some of the waterfalls, and it was really pretty. We don't do that anymore because he's working full time. Okay, there's that. Now, for my first prompt, something that makes you happy. What makes me happy is lace. Lace just absolutely makes me happy. Let me see which side is the front. This is the back. So I'm going to put some lace down over the top of this, and I need to cut it off some. This was actually a gathered lace, and I took the little part off that gathers it. You know, they sew it, and I was pleasantly surprised to see that it was scalloped on both sides. All right, let's get a little Fabri-Tac and just put some, well, I definitely want to go down the edges because I want the edges to stick down. So we'll go along these little scallops here and put some decent glue on that and the little flowers. And then I think okay. And then I think in the middle, I'm just gonna periodically put some glue down here. I'm not gonna worry about tacking the whole thing down because the collage will go over the top of it. So just a little bit of glue. And I'm doing it on the solid spots so that it doesn't show through, at least not as much. So for those of you who celebrate Halloween, are you all ready? Are you doing some spooky crafting? I'm not really a big Halloween person. I don't dislike it. I just don't. We had so many years when we lived in Raleigh. We lived way back in the back of a cul-de-sac, and we never got trick-or-treaters. When the neighborhood kids were little, when we first moved there, we used to get the neighborhood kids. They would come and trick-or-treat with us. But then as they grew up, you know, well, the older kids, they want to go to apartments and places where there's lots of houses and they can get lots of candy. So it got to the point where we didn't have any trick-or-treaters. And then where we live now, we're on the main road in front of our house is a pretty busy road, and there's really no houses around us. So the few years that we've lived here, we haven't had any trick-or-treaters either. So We haven't had trick-or-treaters in a long time, and that's okay. It's okay by me because I was really bad about eating the candy. Whatever was left, or even if before, because you know you have to buy it before Halloween gets there. And I was really bad about eating the candy. Okay. So Halloween doesn't do a lot for me. But I know some people really get into it. And I used to, when I was a young adult, a couple times I rented a costume and went to some costume parties and had a blast. All right, there we go. Let's cut off the excess. I suppose I could just leave it hanging off the top and bottom. But I think I like it a little bit neater than that. And then, boy, once we're done with Halloween, then it's serious. Get ready for the holidays. Thanksgiving. We don't have, last year my brother came out from Salt Lake City and spent Thanksgiving with us. But we don't have any family close by, so we usually spend it alone, or we'll invite our neighbors over. They're a much older couple, and they don't really have any family nearby either, so. All right, there we go. Now, let's get into, and I'm going to do this kind of in the middle. This is the form. This is the fragrant plant. It's going to go up here. This is the animal. Hang on a second here. This is the animal with the long ears. Let's move this up just a little bit. This is the animal with the long ears. And this is something local. This is a little copper piece. I make keychains out of these. And then here's something found in the mountains. We have bears in our mountains here. So that's kind of what it's going to look like in the middle of all this. So let's look at gluing these two pieces together first. This little form was from one of my son, and he's 40 now. This is from one of his little high school books. When he was out here last time, he went through boxes of his old stuff. And in his old stuff, he had, let's do it about right there. He had some old school stuff, and so he went through and he was going to throw this away. This was his assignment book. And I said, oh no, don't throw that away. I said, there's probably stuff in there I can use for my collage. So I kept it, and sure enough, here we are using some of it. I'll have to send him a picture of this and show him. So if your kids have old stuff, like from high school or, you know, whatever, don't throw it away. Let's see, and then this, I'm going to put just about right there. Now this is a sticker, but I'm not going to peel the back off. I'm going to use it just the way it is. All right. And I didn't ink up any of this stuff, and I don't think I'm going to. I did put some ink around the flower. Now it's time to put this down and then put the other pieces on. So I'm so anxious to see what everybody else has done. As soon as I get this posted, I'll go start watching other people's videos. Or as soon as I get it done, it's scheduled for upload. Sometimes it takes so long to upload videos. They take forever. I used to, when I first started doing videos, I would watch expectantly, waiting for those videos to go up. And now I just get them loading and go on about my business and come back later. All right. There's that. And then, let's see, we'll put the bear like right about here. This was also a sticker, but it was from one of those sticker books, and they don't ever stick. So I usually take them out, put a little glue stick on the back, and stick them down to a piece of paper. And then fussy cut them out. All right, the last pieces are something local. And can't get any more local than the outline of the state. I make these into keychains. And I had a few extras, so. So there's my collage for this week. I really like it. I like how it turned out. Oops, I've got a paw sticking up here that needs to be glued down. All right, let's take a look at the prompts and see how we did. A fragrant plant, we've got the rose. Something local, I've got the state of North Carolina. An animal with long ears, I've got the bunny. Oh, I didn't leave anywhere for my prompts, did I? Something that makes me happy is lace. Something found in the mountains, we have a bear. And the bonus was a form. Now, I think what I'm going to do with this one, since I'm going to tear it. Since I left so much space, I'm going to get this as small as I can get it. And I may just put it right on the page showing. Oh, come on. I'll ink it up around the edges maybe and then just put it right up here in the corner. But I really, really like this collage. The lace, and the lace really tones down that polka dot paper. When I first looked at the paper, I thought the colors were right, but I was like, oh, it's so polka dot. But when you put that lace on there, Okay, let's do my traditional where I fold it in half, ink it up, and I have another, I don't know what I did with it. I had another little bunny that I could put on here, if I can find it. I had a smaller bunny rabbit, but I wanted this, bigger one in here. Let's see, I don't know what I did with it because I decided not to use it. But let's put this down here and make it a fold down. and I'll find something to put on there. And then I'll show you guys next week. So that'll just fold down. I didn't ink the inside of it, but I did ink the outside. And just looking to see if I see that. See that little bunny. He was a little bunny. He would have fit real nice across here. All right. Well, that is my Margarete Miller, week 29. And I'll figure out something here, and I'll show you guys next week when I come back to do, or week 39, when I come back to do week 40. Man, it's just getting, it's getting so late in the year. Anyway, that's it. Thanks for watching. If you haven't, please give me a thumbs up. And know that I appreciate you, and I will see you next week in the Margarete Miller Challenge. Bye.